Welcome and thank you for joining us. My name is Pastor Keith Collins. I'm a member of the International Campaign to Free Kamal Siddiqui. I'm a local pastor of Church of the Overcomer in Pennsylvania. I'd like to take a few moments just to share with you the importance of being involved as a faith practitioner or faith leader in the liberation movement to free Brother Kamal and all other political prisoners. The word prison, prisoners, or prisons is found over 100 times in the scriptures. I'd like to share with you that Joseph went to prison. Samson was in prison. The prophet Micaiah was in prison. The seer Hanai was in prison. The prophet Jeremiah was in prison. John the Baptist, the apostle Paul, Peter and James, and the Messiah, Yeshua himself, Jesus the Christ, was in prison. These are the examples that we must follow. These are examples that must motivate us to leave our sanctuaries, to leave our consecrated halls of worship, and get involved actively in the liberation struggle. This system that we're opposing is ruthless, is brutal, and is extremely racist. Currently, we have many male and female political prisoners, of which Brother Kamal is one of the most noted, but we have Reverend Joy Powell, we have Imam Jamal El-Amin, formerly known as H. Rap Brown, and many, many others. We need faith leaders to join us. We need faith leaders to motivate their people. We need faith leaders to meet with us. We're willing to meet with you electronically or in person to give you some impacting information on how you can join us, how you can mobilize your people, and how you can get involved in the liberation struggle. Let's look at this from a historical standpoint. Historically, we've always had faith practitioners involved in our liberation. We would still be on plantation, we would still be in servitude if it had not been for those exercising their faith to go beyond just worship, beyond just prayer and praise, but actively engaged in liberation. Queen Mother Harriet Tubman, Queen Nanny of the Maroons, Brother Sharp from Jamaica. We have many examples here in America. Gabriel Prosser, Denmark Vesey, and the great faith leader Reverend Nathaniel Turner were all ministers involved in and actively engaged in the liberation of our people. So we need you to join us, to meet with us, to speak with us, so we can give you instruction, we can give you key information on how to mobilize your congregation, mobilize your mosque, your masjid, your temple, or wherever you meet and practice your faith, to join us in this struggle of liberation. Let me give you some active action points that you may engage in. Number one, you can actively stand with those that have been impacted by the criminal justice system. Number two, you can create proactive justice ministries in your institution that engage in court watch, and it will complete and compile judicial voting guides for your people. You can lobby and meet with federal, state, and county politicians on a consistent basis, not just when there's a crisis. You can host a regional or local advocacy meeting with an abolitionist group at your place of worship. You can conduct community town halls to discuss current legal issues and concerns. You can increase your presence at local schools and school board meetings. Develop a prison and visitation support ministry. You can attend rallies, demonstrations, and marches for justice in your, now that is so key. Attending these direct actions, as we call them, getting your feet wet, being with the people. They come from all backgrounds. Some of them have no faith. Some of them are agnostic. Some of them are atheists. But the one thing we all have in common is that we're fighting for justice and liberation. And there's nothing like being there in person. And then number 9, instead of becoming a police chaplain, become a community chaplain and seek out the traumatized and impacted people in your community and begin to serve them in a meaningful and powerful way. And number 10, cease to support any politician that supports the prison industrial complex, any politician that supports the militarization of local police, and any politician that does not openly oppose qualified immunity for police officers. These are practical things that we can do. We would love to meet with you. We would love to share with you. We would love to answer your questions about why you should join us in this movement. And lastly, I want to close with this quote from Father Paul Washington. He's a hero of many, and he's from my hometown of Philadelphia. He was the pastor of Church of the Advocate for many, many years, and he was actively involved in the liberation struggle. He worked actively with the Black Panthers in the feeding program and in the medical service program. Listen to what Father Washington said. Father Washington said this: those who are cowards will ask, is it safe? Those who are political will ask, is it expedient? Those who are vain will ask, is it popular? But those who have a conscience will ask, is it right? So today we say, in the spirit of Father Paul Washington, it is right to get involved in the struggle for liberation. It is right to get involved in the liberation movement for Brother Kamal Siddiqui and all political prisoners. Please reach out to us and we will reach back to you. Thank you for your time.